Alrighty, what's going on, freakos? It is the head freak here. We're doing the Naked Warrior.
Greetings.
There he is right there. What's the Naked Warrior? We're not allowed to wear any gear and we can't die. It's permadeath. Anything else goes. Last episode, we had some damn close calls. Yes, we did. But we did get an upgraded green sword drop for us. Now, it's not the best stats for us. Agility helps with dodge rating and something else, armor, but we ain't got none of that. Yeah, spirit helps with our health and mana regeneration rates, not too bad. So yeah, agility increases attack power with ranged weapons, improves chance to score a critical hit with all weapons, and increases armor chance to dodge attack. Okay, so this is good. Agility is good for us. Now, we're going to do some stuff here in Stormwind, but while I was selling my...
Just browsing my wares, or is there something specific I can help you find
I'm browsing
today?
your wares, Gunther. Shut up. Doing a Let's Play here. These white items are just better. The white items are better than the greens, both the one-handed axe and the green axe. I mean, the green two-handed sword we just had. Look at that, 3.6 damage there. This is the best one. It does the most damage, this 4.3. We can afford it, but I'd basically be broke again. That's a big upgrade, man. But
be careful.
Here's what I'm going to do. Before I buy a vendor weapon, why not check the auction house? We're allowed to use it. It's probably not going to be a lot up here, but let's check. So just do weapons usable. Well, I can't afford that. All right, all of our crap's better than what's up there. Let's check shields. That's going to be under armor. Shields usable. None? Okay, cool. That's it. That's all I can check. Let's sell a few things. I'm going to see if this will sell. Hold on. How many things are up here? Oh, a lot of copper bars. All right, we have 72 total items. That's not too bad, honestly. There are people doing it here. It's not a lot, though. The chances of that selling... Okay, so this is what I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at the deposit. If I post this and it doesn't sell, I do not get the deposit back. So that's just throwing silver out. I don't think this is going to sell. These bags might sell. Gnome Dome gifted me these bags. But we have bags. Wait, do I have sixes? Yeah, got all sixes here. That's good. Let's see if that sells. Let's see if this sells. Anybody want any of this other stuff? No. Small eggs? No. Anybody want that? No. Okay. Okay, let me check the bank real quick to see if I have a bag slot. We have a little bit of money to work with now. Not much. But I think we're just over a gold. We are. Hope you guys and gals are doing all right today.
Welcome to the Bank of Stormwind. We offer financial accounts and safety deposit boxes for valuable items. Do you already have an account with us, sir?
As a matter of fact, I do. Okay, I'm just going to purchase that. We'll use one of these bags here. Okay, that helps out quite a bit there. Let's put this over here. Once I get me some Briarthorn, which I think I'm going to start finding in, like, Redridge, we'll be able to convert these. So for right now, it is what it is with that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any Briarthorn. Peace Root. I don't have any Earth Root either. Peace Root. Peace Bloom. Everything requires earth root. It's looking like here. Most of the stuff that I want. Okay, we can make up a couple more defense pots. And we will. Let's just make up 2 more. Keep 2 on us because they only stack to 5. I can't make the lion strength crap. And I do not need any more of those, so. I'm just going to save the rest of the mats here is what I'm going to do. And, oh, one thing I wanted to do. We need to, let's run to the, put all this stuff in here. Okay, the bank is full. Let's run to... Spit it out there, Porky. The fishing trainer.
Safe travels.
Safe travels. Oh, let me change my macro right quick. Change it right quick, Biggie. Change that macro right quick. So I want to go... Yeah, we got rid of the staff. And we picked up this weapon, does more DPS. It's two-hander, so this is what we do. I save this. That way, when I press this button, I go between the axe and the shield to the sword. Let's go to the fishing trainer. I want to check with recipes because I have this fish in the bank, you see. Let me get this fish. Discombobulated, man. What the hell is going on around here?
No one's ever stolen...
Shut your mouth. I know.
See you later.
Alligator. Okay. And the whole history of the whole history. I wonder if they're required to say that, like if it's part of their training. Does anybody think that? I didn't level up, did I? No. Okay, so if you check with the supply person...
Best deals in all of Stormwind, my friend. Won't
Right
find
here.
any better.
Lies.
Now, what can I help you with?
There's a lies. I can get the same prices anywhere I go. Catherine. Okay. I'm going to pick this up. I already know this small thing deal. We can't fish up the rainbow fin albacore here. I may as well spend that now and get it. That goes there. Okay.
Have a good one.
What's my fishing skill? Fishing is 75 of 150. So that should allow us to fish, I think, well, for sure in Westfall. Oh, I can do this. This is kind of why I have Leatrix maps. If I hover over Redridge Mountains, fishing level 55. So I can fish here if we want to. And I think this is where we're heading back to. But before I forget, we're going to run to the first aid trainer and we're going to learn, I guess it'll be wool. Is it wool? I think it's wool then silk. I don't know. We'll find out what it is. But we'll start picking that up in these next areas we go to. Let's see if Brother Sarno greets us. We'll sometimes wave at you when you come in. You might have to pimp walk in here. Let's see. I mean, it is the Cathedral of Light, so let's see what happens if we pimp walk. Some people call this RP walking. I call it pimp walking. Hey, Brother Sarno. Hey, how's it going? Nothing? Looks like you're a dwarf. I'm gonna wave at you. Disgusting.
Oh, a fellow physician. I would be glad to teach you anything that would aid your journeys.
Anything?
Farewell.
She's like, well, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. You'd love it. Don't lie. You'd love it. Okay. How's it going, dude? His brother Christoph. Jump. And run. There. Come on. Got it? There we are. All right, what are we doing this episode? We are, I think... I'm going to run into Stone Mountain, Talon, Ridge, Red. Let's try that again. Redridge Mountains. Going to run into Redridge Mountains. Get the flight point, because we've got some back and forth to do there anyway. But I also want to do some fishing there and check recipes. Because I want to be able to cook this stuff up. I should have put this in the bank. Oh, I can learn that one right now. We might be able to get the... Actually, I think you get the rainbow fin albacore from, like... You can fish it up in Darnassus and Alberdine, I think. I don't know why I'm running to this guy. We don't have a flight point, so let's jump off here like a lunatic. Cheers to you. It's a beautiful day outside. Got my workout done, and on my way back, I stopped and washed the car. Got home, cleaned up the rims and the tires, which usually means it'll rain tonight if I do that. That's how it usually goes. We'll check in on my lady here. Make sure she's not being harassed by any assassin douches. Ass-ins. That's right. That's how I learned to spell it. Oh, she's actually coming out. Okay, well, I've got to protect her because obviously they're not going to do anything. Right? Somebody's got to get this place under control here. See if she gets attacked here, because we won't stand for it. I'm going to tell you that right now. I think it's Bambi and Thumper down here. Yeah. There's some 30s and 40s Disney for you, man. Nope, she's good. All right. Just making sure. Making sure it's not going to be a douche attacking her. Guys, like, what the hell are you talking about? There's an assassin that pops up. Right there. Kind of a weird mob, too. I don't know if it's like a quest that you have to do or something. I don't think I've ever interacted with it, aside from just, seeing it and thinking, what the hell is this? I wonder if they would drop coyote meat here. Let's see. I mean, it's not like I kill one, and if it doesn't drop, I'm like, well, I guess they don't. Stringy wolf meat. All right. Stringy wolf meat for you. Yes. So I watched this show couple years back called The Tourist. I really enjoyed the first season. I mean, it was okay. It's not like it was amazing, but it had Jamie, I think his name is Doonan. I'm probably saying it wrong. He was in a show called The Fall, and I've talked about that before too. But anyway, it was an interesting show. It's a little comedy, dark. I hate putting labels on things, but anyway, there was a second season that came out, and I wasn't aware of it, but I just watched it over the last basically 2 nights. Wasn't, I don't have too much to say about the second season. I mean, it was okay. It just had this low-hanging fruit type of writing and comedy in it. A bunch of cliche type of shit, and it could have been better, but I don't know. I guess it's entertaining. It's kind of a weird ending. It's decent, though. It's called The Tourist if you're, bored looking for something to watch. First season better than the second season, I think. It's got an Icelandic actor in it from another one of my favorite shows. It's called Trapped, the first 2 seasons here in America. The third season they called Entrapped, like Entrapped. The third, I've been so excited about the third season, and I watched half of the first episode, and I couldn't even finish it. No, I think I watched the first episode. I think I didn't get through the second episode. I'm real disappointed in it. I don't know. Maybe I just need to give it some more time. The story's just too fucking, I don't know. It's just too far out there. But that can happen. It was like 3 or 4 years between the 2 seasons, man. I don't know. But anyway, the one of the actors in it, that Icelandic actor, he has a role in that the first season of The Tourist, which I thought was interesting. He's just a real heavy guy. Great beard and good voice. I like him. He's a good actor. He plays a very weird character in The Tourist. He's like a cowboy, but has this really thick accent. It's quite strange. But he plays a pretty creepy dude. Mm-hmm. Anyway, just chit-chatting as we stroll here. It's going to be an uneventful episode, but that's okay considering the episode that we had yesterday. I thought we were dead in Westfall. Pretty sketch. Couple of situations there. I could have easily died. Luckily, my superb hardcore skills shone through. You mean when you panicked and were just running? Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Not ready to be here, but again, I just want to get the flight point. There's a little quest we can do where we have to swim underwater and get the lost necklace, but I don't really want to be messing with the rest of this stuff.
Hail, adventurer. I
Hi.
am charged to patrol this stretch of road. Although the road is safe for now, I've seen Knoll encampments to the north and east of here. Lakeshire must know of the gathering Knoll force. Report to Deputy Felden in Lakeshire and tell him of the Knolls. Do this,
What do you
and I'm
mean
sure
the
Felden
road
will
is
offer you a
safe?
scout's wage.
The
Felden's
road
usually
is
inspecting
safe?
the area south of the bridge to Lakeshire.
There's fucking hella spiders. There's gnolls literally standing behind you. What the hell are you talking about, man? I've seen gnoll encampments further up. There's literally one 100 yards behind him. Yeah, maybe he's getting on in years. Who knows? Who knows what's going on there? All kinds of good stuff to watch out for in here. But really be mindful of the whelps with their fireballs. Probably two-shot us. I'd say they would easily two-shot us. That's what I would say. Yikes. Da da do 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 do.
There are Redridge Knolls that close to Elwyn.
Yes.
They may be poised to advance into our homeland. Soon, the people of Lakeshire may not be the only humans under siege.
It's Lakeshire.
Here is your pay, though you bring us dire news. And it comes at a bad time, for we are ill-equipped to deal with it. We don't have men to spare, but something must be done about those Knolls you reported to me. Scout Southern Redridge for Knolls. Harry
Northern
them, kill those
Redridge.
you
Where the hell
can,
you
and
from,
report back to
Deputy
me with
Felden?
an account of their numbers and an assessment of the threat they present. You may find those Knolls camped all along the southern road of Redridge. Do this for the Stormwind army, adventurer, and you will be rewarded.
How about the Stormwind army do it? Here he is, man. Antonio Pirelli, right here. The pimp of the three areas.
How are you?
That is to say, Westfall, Duskwood, and Redridge. He walks between the three. You can see why he's the pimp, because he carries stuff like this, which we would be allowed to use. Oh, man. Oh, this makes me feel stuff right here. I would have to train this up. 7.5 with 8 strength. Level 19. We can use either one of these with training. But I don't want to spend the money on it. Oh my gosh, that's a gigantic upgrade. This is the better weapon. I don't know. The 50 health goes a long way with this, but this strength plus that DPS. It's real slow, but that's why it does more damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to bypass it for right now. Wait a minute, is that one even better? 12.5? 15.9? Yeah. Okay. There you go. Me friend. I almost said
See you around.
me pretty. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. This guy, we can pick this quest up because we have fishing.
Lake Everstill is famous for its spotted sunfish.
Is
There's
it?
always demand for them, and I'm running low. Bring me a batch of 10 and I'll barter well for them. If you can't fish yourself, then maybe you can get them off the murlocs.
I can fish
Can
myself.
you do me a favor? I've
Sure.
prepared a lunch for Guard Parker, but he's out on patrol.
Okay.
He's a big, strong Stormwind guard who can defend himself, but it's much too dangerous out there for a townsperson like me. So if you deliver his lunch for me, then come back here and I'll give you a free lunch. Parker patrols the stretch of road leading to Duskwood.
It's awful aggressive about it, aren't you? Oh, Wiley the Black. That's right. This guy's upstairs. I'm like, where the hell is the NPC? It's this dude. How's it going, man?
So, Stout Mantle sent you? Well, I owe him. What I am about to tell you could cost me my life. The Defias gang is up to something big. Last I heard, they were working in conjunction with various gnolls, kobolds, and even goblins.
Okay.
Take this note to Stoutmantle. It explains as much as I know on the subject.
All right. Food and drinks. Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
What's up, Wintle? What kind of name is Wintle? We can actually get away with this lower level food here. Haunch of meat. I think I'm going to have to buy this for right now. I don't really want to, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just get a stack of this to put here.
Have a good one.
All right, you two. Check in with for
I
recipes.
supply only the finest goods.
I know.
I
you
buy and
round.
trade.
80 and level 175. Let's pick up the sagefish. All right. Yeah.
Safe travels.
All right, you too. Okay. Let's do a little fishing. Well, before we do some fishing, hold on. Let me see if I can fish here. Oh, I got to change my fishing macro as well. Actually, I kind of need 2. I do need 2. Well, no, all I have to do is this. I can do that, and then I can do my fishing. Yeah. Let's see if I can fish here. Do I have the high enough skill level? We do. Question is, will I catch anything? Might have to use a bobble or 2. But we're going to go up and help some children out. I think the brother threw the necklace in the water, and I don't know, something her dad gave to her, and her dad beats them, like, mercilessly because he's a dick. So let's see if we can get that back for him.
Hello.
Aye. I'm going to need some shiny bauble, probably. Tell you what, I'll spend 2 silver. I'll take 2 of those.
Safe travels.
Safe travels. Hey, take it easy. Easy, Queasy. Easy, Greasy. How you doing? They didn't do the kids' voices. I wonder why. All right, let's go see if we can find this thing. Can be in various places. Turn the ground clutter down. It'll stick out like a sore thumb, as they say.
Well done.
There you are. The old breaststroke. I swear doors were modeled after Barney Rubble from the Flintstones. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're a modern Stone Age family. That's all the words I remember. But I used to watch it. I mean, it was before my time, but it was in rerun phase when I watched it in the 70s. I kind of had a thing for Betty Rubble. She was hot. Yeah, I liked her. There's your necklace. Meow, says the kitty. All right. FC is the name of the kitty. It's an odd name. What are you boys up to? You want to do some fishing? I got my rod out. Just, you know what? Just be careful with what you say. Okay. Fishing rod. Okay, what I'm going to do here is a little pro tip trick. Just lock that back, close it. Just makes it a little easier. Click on it, and then I'm right back to fishing. You can also just keybind this. I do that sometimes. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to change that. Yeah, I got a better idea here. Just going to use the H key. Let's move that back. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. No, I don't want it locked in my head. Do I have anything keybound to F? I don't. I have Shift F. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, this works too. Oh, I still do a little fishing, man. We can catch these sunfish in here for the quest. It's a lot easier than getting off the murlocs, but you don't get the XP, obviously. But we're not ready to kill the murlocs yet. There's one right there. Ladies and gentlemen. What do we got here? We got Jammin'. It's probably Jamin and Roger. I'm going to call him Jammin'. It's way cooler. What grade are you boys in? I'd say, what, 4th grade? Yeah, I don't know. 5th grade? Nah, they look too small for 5th grade. I don't know. I have no idea. What do you want to do today? Says Roger. I don't know. What do you want to do? SpongeBob reference right here. Fishing sounds good. Not that part. I know what I want to do today. He wants a balloon. Patrick wants a balloon, but he doesn't have any money. So they actually steal a balloon. That's right. And then they think the law's after him. And they run. And they're roughing it. What they don't realize is it's Free Balloon Day. That's right. They steal a balloon on Free Balloon Day. They do have to serve time. Yeah. They slam the prison cell on both of them. Then they open it again about a second later. It's one of my favorite episodes. The Strangler may be my favorite SpongeBob episode ever. It's pretty good. What's another one? I can't remember the name of it, but Patrick has a secret that he's keeping from SpongeBob. Pretty good one. Opposite Day. Top 5. Opposite Day is pretty good. Looks like we're getting mostly bristle whisker catfish and the long jaw. Quiet down. Quiet down, kids. Okay, you guys are scaring away the fish. Let me go somewhere else. Somewhere a little more private. Like right here. Da 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 da. Da 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 diddle diddle do. You could do the Superman challenge. You just wear a cape. That's all that's allowed. You have to fight barehanded in just the cape. Boom. There you are. Hardcore challenge created. You can only be a human. You have to have black hair. That's right. What class would he be? He does have superpowers. Probably Paladin. Probably most fit, I guess. Not a Warlock. No demon or anything like that. Paladins definitely, because Paladins are for the light, you know. Superman's all about, you know, fighting for justice and shit. There's a spotted fish. We love those. I wish you got rested XP while you were fishing. It would kind of make sense. Should be a perk of fishing, honestly, I think. It's supposed to be relaxing. I don't know. I'm not somebody who fishes or has ever enjoyed fishing. Even though I used to be a commercial fisherman, but I was on a scallop boat. Yeah. Pretty rough damn job, I'll tell you that. It's hardcore, man. Hardcore. Nearly died one trip. The boat was sinking. We had to get the Coast Guard fly out to us. And they dropped off pumps. They dropped off sump pumps to us. Yeah. I guess my stepfather was talking to him. My stepfather was the captain. But we were up near the Canadian border, the Canadian waters, way up northeast. Well, yeah, I think we were north of this place called Georges Bank. But it was real rough. 25, 30-foot seas. It's rough for a boat the size that I was in. Yeah, I was pretty worried. Yeah. It's definitely the most interesting job that I've ever had. And I did that when I was a teenager. 18, 19. I think I made a trip when I was 20 as well. God, the work was so hard. If you've ever seen, the Alaskan, the king crab shows or whatever the hell, the Deadliest Catch, it's a little bit like that, except we weren't that far up north. But same thing. We use dredges to dredge the bottom for scallop, but you pick up all kinds of other stuff as well. I've told many stories about being out there before. I've got some pretty interesting ones. We used to pull up all kinds of stuff in the dredges too. We pulled a Volkswagen, the shell, the frame of a Volkswagen Beetle up. I don't know how far offshore we were, hours and hours. We've pulled up telephone poles. We used to pull up World War II things. Pulled up this tin that you open with like rounds in it. These big giant bullets and helmets, pieces of rifles, all kinds of shit. We pulled up a bomb one time. That was the most interesting trip. At that time, we had this guy, Timmy, was the captain, and my stepfather was the first mate. But there's a whole procedure. If you pull up a bomb in your net or whatever, well, you notify the Coast Guard immediately. You try to basically secure the bomb. So we had picked it up, and I was a winchman. I work these big winches that actually lift the dredges up. They pull them from the bottom, and then you have to maneuver them up over the side of the boat, and then they're hanging up. And it was just in midair. And one of the guys working the deck noticed it. Luckily, it was like a calm day. Well, a calm day for out there. So we had to tie it up. Set it down gentle. And worked it so that the chains fell off to the side of it. And we were all looking at it. And the captain came out. He goes, "That's a fucking bomb." So the first time he had ever pulled one up. So the Coast Guard they told him what to do. We had to obviously stop everything, and we steamed, is what they call it, basically full steam ahead to this specific place in the ocean, and you dump it overboard. You drop it. which is interesting. But that's what we did with it. It was like this, it was an old school, like you see in, well, you don't see them in movies these days probably, but it was basically this big giant ball with these spikes on it. And I think they were designed with a certain amount of buoyancy and they would float at a certain level so submarines would hit them, shit like that. I don't know. It was pretty fucking scary. Okay, so we're not catching fish because my lure has worn off here. I kind of hate this about fishing. They made it pretty stupid. Like, I'm a high enough level to fish here, but without the lure, I just miss too many fish. I think if you're a high enough level to fish, I don't really think you should need the lure. Or it shouldn't be as bad as it is as far as the missing goes. How many spotted fish do we have? We only have 6. Anyway. We pulled up this giant sea turtle once. Those things live over 100 years easy. It was... I've got a picture of it somewhere. Unbelievably large. There's a picture of me riding on its back. It's insane how big this thing was. It took about 6 of us to lift it up over the side of the rail and get it back into the water. But it was incredible looking. The thing had barnacles and shit all over it. Who knows how long that thing had been alive. I'm glad we didn't, because they can actually drown in the net on the way up from the bottom. It's really unfortunate. I don't even know how it fit in the net, but it did. But it was alive and kicking. We watched it swim away. It was cool. We'd see dolphins all the time, shark, whales. A hell of a job. Told a story about losing power out there. It happened to us a couple of times on different boats. But we were on this really old boat. They called them Eastern rigs. They were designed a little bit different. They were shit. They would rock so much. You had to be careful the way that you drove them. You couldn't get side to in really heavy seas because you could literally, you could just roll right over. The boat actually sank. The 2 trips after we had a problem with it actually sank, and I think it killed 6 of the 8 people on board. Didn't make it. Pretty scary. But we were out there on that thing in the middle of nowhere at night. It was the night shift, and lost power. Everything shut down. It was the creepiest feeling. So at night, it's weird because you really can't, because of the lights on the top of the boat shining down the deck, you really can't see more than a couple feet off the sides of the boat. It's just pitch black. But when the lights went out and the engines were off, all you heard was the ocean. And then you just got the enormous sense of like how tiny you were in the middle of the sea. All of the stars were... I've never seen the sky look like that with no other source of light. It was incredible. Yeah, I'll never forget that. It was kind of spooky, I gotta say. I was more in awe than I was, like, freaked out. But there just wasn't any money in it when I was doing it. I started off as just like a deckhand, and then I I learned how to run the winches, which were these super dangerous machines that you use. You have these two big drums, massive drums, that spool out this really thick cable and wind it back up. And then there are these two, what they called cat heads, and you literally wrap rope around them, and you're controlling the dredge that comes up from the bottom, and when it's out over the deck of the boat, with this rope wrapped around this cat head. Super fucking dangerous. But what, we'd be gone, like 3 weeks out at sea, and I'd come back and make like $300 after crap. I think the most I ever made for 3 weeks was maybe $1,200, which back then was a lot of money. That was a pretty decent amount of money, but for the most part, I just never really made any money. It just wasn't worth the trade-off. My brother kept doing it, and it really changed. Those guys can go out there, for 3 weeks and come back, some of those $30,000, $40,000 in their pocket, like just kind of insane. But I never saw any money like that, man. I hate scallops to this day. I will not eat them. Also, people don't know this, but so you collect the scallops in these big baskets and you take them back to the back of the boat. Depends on the type of boat. And you basically shuck them. You have this specially designed knife that has this curved blade, and they teach you how to get the meat out of the shell. But the juice inside the scallop is very acidic, and it would burn your skin. Well, it's essentially would irritate your skin, but it would look like your arms were burned from messing with them. The other thing that would happen is the knife. Gripping this knife, it had this kind of large handle, and because it was so repetitive, you did it for 8 hours. When I worked on the boat, there were 8-hour shifts. So you worked for 8 hours, you were off for 8 hours, and then you got up and worked 8 more hours. Whoops. So like 8 to 4, sleep 4 to 12, work 12 to 8, sleep, like you keep going like that around the clock. And by like into the second week, I'm not even kidding, your hand, you would wake up in the morning and your hand would be locked in the position of the knife. So one of the tricks that a scalloper uses is you actually sleep with your hand in a book or like under your pillow flat. So when you wake up, it's not like, I'm not even kidding. You would have to like take your hand and like force it open. It was so weird, man. Oh boy, what a job. But yeah, scallops, nah, I'm gonna pass on them. We would catch these things in the net all the time called monkfish, depending on where we were at. Horrible looking fish, a terrifying looking fish. You can look up a monkfish. But they were delicious. So there'd always be a cook that worked. And he would just work during the day. He would usually work 12 hours. He had it a little bit easier. But he would make sure there were, stuff available in the fridge. But he was responsible essentially for breakfast and dinner, and that's it. If you wanted a snack or something between haulbacks is what they called it or whatever, or if you woke up, when you were off, you could just go into the refrigerator, obviously, and get stuff. They took stuff, there were supplies on the boat, is what I'm saying. But we had this one cook, John was his name, and he would make, man, the best monkfish and like fries and stuff. I haven't had monkfish. I don't think I've ever had it since this would have been in like 87 or 88, 1987, 1988. probably the last time I had it. That's story time with Big E. Wow, we still only have 6 of these fish. That's okay. I don't actually mind this. This is a great way to get fishing up, and it's something I kind of want to stay on top of. But we are coming up on an hour, believe it or not. I kind of forgot how low this drop rate was on this. So what's nice about this is this recipe at 100, this will go a long way, these bristle whisker catfishes. We'll be able to make a ton of these and get to the next level of cooking pretty easily if we live that long. We'll see if we can finish up the quest in like 9 minutes or so here. If not, I guess I'm going to just run a longer episode. It doesn't really matter too much, especially a lot of people are just listening anyway. You know, it's on in the background. So I think that's why some people prefer the longer episodes. My fish got away. Soon as that buff goes away, man, I can't catch a fish. Like, are you kidding me, Blizzard? This makes fishing frustrating. I mean, I guess they were trying to make it realistic, but come on, man. And you don't get a skill point if you miss, the other thing. You're not guaranteed a skill point anyway. You get to a point in fishing where you can do 9 to like 14 casts or something like that before you get a skill point. It's real sucky is how I'll word that.
You need something?
I do. Give me 2 more of those.
See you around.
See you around. Ass clown. All right. I'm sorry about that, Vernon Hale. Sorry about that, brother. Some of the guys that work those jobs, man, rough. I'll say that. Like, real rough dudes. Just violent, uneducated. I worked with this one guy, and back then, I was a lot different than I am now. I would fight like the drop of a hat. So it was kind of a volatile situation. I never actually got into a fight on the boat, but it was damn close a couple of times. But I had this one guy, and I worked with him twice on 2 different trips. And he would bring a weapon. He brought a .22 rifle with him. And he would shoot seagulls and shit. Just like for fun. But one day we were steaming somewhere, and I was sleeping, or I was laying in the bunk. And I heard the shots going off, so I got up. I climbed up out of the hole. He was on the front of the deck trying to shoot dolphins who were riding with us, man. And I fucking lost my shit. I had to pay. We got into it. We kind of got into this little struggle after a little argument, but I ended up grabbing his gun and I threw it overboard. Because fuck that, man. Luckily, most of the guys on the boat were behind me, but more importantly, the captain was behind me, who was my stepfather. I don't know why he didn't stop him sooner. Maybe he didn't know what he was doing, but yeah, that guy, I was ready to throw his ass over, man. Dolphins are so intelligent and friendly and social. This guy's trying to fucking shoot one. And who knows if he actually hit some or not. I don't know, but Put a stop to that nonsense. God, I hated that guy. I can't remember his name. Doesn't matter what his name is. But a lot of those guys were like alcoholics, drug addicts and stuff. Alcoholics were real common out there. In fact, you couldn't bring like Scope, or that's a brand of mouthwash. You couldn't bring mouthwash because these guys would drink it. They would drink the mouthwash because of the alcohol content. If it had, 1% alcohol or 0.5%, whatever, they would just drink the fucking mouthwash, which is terrible for your stomach. But they ended up putting a ban on it because there was basically before you went on your scallop trip, you had this check sheet, and they basically had a store that you could buy from, and they would deliver all this stuff to your boat, as long as you were underweight. And then they would deduct it from whatever your paycheck was going to be at the end of the run. So a lot of guys would go overboard. I would just get bare minimum. I would get a couple pairs of gloves, just things I need. Maybe an extra little scallop knife that I could bend. Just stuff like that. I wouldn't get... Like, these guys would be buying cartons of cigarettes. In fact, half of their paycheck sometimes would go because they would get like 50 cartons of cigarettes. It was ridiculous. And cartons of cigarettes are not cheap. But that's like the whole trip was just, And then they would get off the boat. They would just stay right there near the dock, near a bar, drink it away. Broke, and then they'd go out again. Like, that's the whole life of a lot of those guys, is that type of living. They don't live very long. Anyway, I didn't mean for the whole episode to be this. Just brought back a lot of memories. We just need 2 more fish here. Let's change the subject up. Well, we might actually get it. Hey, it's Wonkadonk has come online. It's a Hearthstone player that I friended in game. Geez, it seems it's at least 10 years ago. Yeah, it's probably a little over 10 years ago. A lot of the friends I have in Battle.net are from Hearthstone when I was playing. Well, I mean, I call them friends. It's just somebody you had a good match with, and you send them a friend request or something. That's how it used to work. You could also, if you played certain types of matches or whatever in Hearthstone, you could, like, finish a... Because they had daily quests and things in Hearthstones, or, like, little achievement you could do as well. Just like Warcraft. Oh. I don't play it anymore, though. So it doesn't appear that your rested XP goes away until you get into combat. And that makes sense, because we've been right there on the line the whole episode.
Well done.
There we go. It seems like a better rate here. I don't know if that's a thing, but there you go. All right, we got our skill up quite a bit there, man. Yes, we did.
Hey there.
How you doing?
Pleasure doing business with you, matey.
Matey?
See you later.
Okay. Let's switch to the sword there. Alrighty, so we got a recipe and some fish liver oil. Increase our attack speed by 10% for 30 seconds. It's okay. But there's another recipe for us. So we'll learn that at 80, then 90, then 100 there. And we got a crap ton of fish. But we got to wrap it up. We spent the whole hour basically fishing. A little uneventful, but that's, it's what it is sometimes. There's a place to sit in this joint right here. Alrighty, guys and gals, that'll do it for this one. I want to thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit today. Take care. Naked and I will catch you in tomorrow's episode.
Farewell.
Farewell to you. Peace.